I'm really not sure what to think about the about Gears of War Judgment. I kind of like where they're going with the multiplayer. Like, I don't just kind of like it. I actually like. I want them to do it. I I feel like 6 years of the Gears of War that we have, the biggest issue with it, the biggest issue with the gameplay and getting people into it, has always been that there's no clear objective with the game types that people always jump into. Execution, Warzone, Team Deathmatch, it's just kill. And because of the way Gears of War is, it's not like Call of Duty where kill is such an easy and simple thing to understand. It's this thing that involves so much more than just shooting at somebody in most cases. It involves, a thought process. It involves outthinking your opponent, all this other shit that just makes the game difficult to play. Not just difficult to play, but difficult to understand. But I think with the way that they're bringing it in with the classes and the obvious attack and defense mode, I think it's streamlining the game in a way that actually makes sense and that can work. Not just a way that, oh, well, here's the good guys and the bad guys, defend, attack, whatever. There's going to be some depth to it. And really, my only issue with how the gameplay might be is that there might not be enough depth because there's only 4 COG character classes and I think there's only like 7 Locusts, which I hope they expand on, but you never know. The only thing I'm really worried about that they've shown so far, I mean, we only have so much information about the game, but the only thing I'm really, really worried about is how on COG there's 5 players. I thought when I first saw the game it was going to be 4-on-4, which I thought was going to feel empty, but I'm more scared of 5-on-5 than I am 4-on-4 because it means that classes can be duplicated. When I first saw it, I assumed on COG everybody gets randomly assigned one of the 4 classes, and I was okay with that, but now I'm just afraid that one of the first games I jump into, I'm going to jump in by myself and my entire team is going to be scouts, and it's going to be extremely frustrating to play that way. It's obviously going to be a game where it encourages teamwork, but not just to, not just to win, but just to be able to get by, because you're going to need to be able to make use of everything. Unlike with Gears 3, where everybody can run in with their shotguns, everybody can sit back with their lancers, you can choose to do what you want to do, and that's fine. But with the way this game's going to play, it looks like everybody kind of has to be on the same page. And obviously, even though technically 5 scouts are on the same page, they're in different books, which isn't, it's not going to work. So, I'm just hoping that something's done to restrict the amount of characters that are, all the same class. It's really my only issue so far that I've seen. I'm not even... there's this one video out there, I'll put it in the description, where they're showing basically the Nasher doesn't do anything. It can't one-shot anymore, which I'm not even caring about, because I think like 2 characters are probably going to have the gun. So it's going to be a totally different take on Gears, and I'm excited for that. I actually want to play that, because I feel like the way Gears has been, like I said, it's been 6 years now of more or less the same game. And as much as I love the game, I think it needs to take this kind of this actual tactical third-person shooter approach that it's never really, played out as, and that really, if you look at the base core of the game, it's never been trying to do. But with the way it's working with Gears of War Judgment, I like the direction. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be fun too, and I think it's going to be different, which is nice with a to see a AAA franchise change the way it's going to work completely, take a total 180 approach to what it's doing. It's nice. It's very anti Call of Duty. It's nice to see. It's refreshing. But outside of that, outside of the gameplay, we really don't have a whole lot. I like the setting for the campaign. There's not a whole lot of places I think they could have gone without stepping over the books territories, which I don't really care where they go with the campaign. I feel like I'm gonna like it regardless. I don't understand why, but I really like the Gears of War campaigns, even though they're predictable and kind of generic and whatever. But the only thing I can really hope for is that outside of whatever they're going to do with the standard multiplayer, I honestly think they're gonna do something to integrate this game with with Gears of War 3's multiplayer, because I just don't see them changing the multiplayer that much. It seems like they're at where they want to be with it in terms of like execution and team deathmatch, all that shit. I definitely think they could change a ton of stuff with it, but the only thing that I'm looking out for is that with the new game and with the overrun mode, I'm really hoping there's some kind of intelligent ranking system for ranked matchmaking. Other than the fact that I want to have a reason to play ranked as opposed to quick match, I feel like the way that it is, if you throw people against each other in an overrun kind of game mode, every single game, every single match is going to literally be an overrun. It's just going to be one team completely destroying the other, even more so than it is in Gears of War 3. And it's something that Epic has to make some kind of attempt to block out, to stop. There has to be a way to match people of equal skill against each other, like, you know, in Halo 3 or in StarCraft 2. I don't put it this way. I have screen caps of when I was a level 100 3 weeks after Gears 3 came out, playing against level 1s in ranked matches. That shouldn't happen. It's inexcusable, and I really, really hope they realize it's the wrong area to go with their games. And you know, if they want it to be a tactical game, they need to match people of equal skill. But that's really my only, like, wish for the game, is just do that. I don't care what they do with the standard multiplayer anymore. I don't care where they go with the campaign. I just want that. I want to play. I don't want to see my kill death be, you know, 3.5 to 1. I want to have a 1.2 kill death, but I want to have the highest ranking possible, or, you know, wherever I deserve to be. That's my view on it from this point on. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to have these ridiculous Call of Duty type stats. I want stats that make sense. You know, I want to be playing against people that are of an equal skill level as I am, or, you know, and have that across the board. I feel like it helps everybody. But I mean, we don't have a whole lot of information on the game, so I can't really say a whole lot on what I want or what I think should happen. But from what we've seen, I like the direction. I like everything they're doing. I just really hope they, you know, they do what I just said. They just put some way to match people of equal skill against each other. That's all I'm wishing for with this new game. Everything else looks great so far. I'm probably going to be one of the few people to say that, but I really think it's an interesting take on the game. So, there's that.